How did it all go so wrong?
So the heart of the issue is the credential. I mean, if you want to take a broad brushstroke and sort of understand what's actually going on, it's the credential. We've seen education be democratized. I mean, right now available to every listener on this program today for free is an Ivy League education. Between edX and the MOOC platforms and OER resources, if you are dedicated and hardworking, you can go get yourself an Ivy League education today for free. And yet that hasn't brought down the price that these institutions are charging. And, it's interesting as we come to COVID, it's a good revelation of what is going on, but you have to ask, where is the value held? And a majority of the value is held in the actual credential. And there's value held in other parts. And I think that's what people are seeing with COVID, which is you start to pull apart the pieces, and is a big bundle. People are willing to pay $200,000 for it. But you start pulling the pieces apart and saying, is this piece worth, what to me? And one of the biggest revelations is that what you pay for in education is not the learning. The learning is available today for free online. What you are paying for are other things, primarily the credential. But people are just waking up to that because all of a sudden they're on a Zoom call with a professor and 30 other people and being charged $16,000 for the pleasure.
So when one looks at that, the other thing that's causing this revelation is that the experience of college, people frequently say, hey, the experience is part of what you're paying for, and the network. So this unbundling, the pandemic has forced people to recognize the components, and it has, in fact, unbundled the components. So the experience is gone, the networking is gone, and what's left is the MOOC, the
massively open online course,
which we actually had Daphne Koller, who co-founded Coursera, on the program talking about Incitro as the first of the Next Unicorn guests. That's what's actually happened here. And what you're saying is that the component of the course at an Ivy League school is freely available already. So what people were paying for is not that. And when people do pay $16,000 for something that is available for free, they get pretty irate and their eyes open up and they say there has to be a better way, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So when we look at this post-pandemic, one question on that, why, if all of this Ivy League education is available for free, and it has been for, I think, getting close to a decade now, since edX and Coursera started putting their stuff online, why have people in America not realized this and absolutely swarmed on the MIT free education, the Harvard free education, the Stanford free education, done the coursework, printed out their homework, and when they go for a job, hand it to the potential employer? Why has this not happened?
So let me ask you a question. Tell me about your education. If you ask anyone that question, tell me about your education, 99% of the people will tell you where they went to university or what degree they have. And it's an absurdity, but it's a good reflection of the absurdity of the world we sort of find ourselves in. And it's a reflection of our inability to answer any other way. If I say, tell me about your education, and you start saying, well, 3 years ago, I took this course and, I got mentored by so-and-so, and then I had this great project. It's hard to contextualize. There's no universal language as we, have to talk about the messy process of education. And that's where heuristics and credentials step in. They give us a language with which to convey and to speak about our education. But the world's only universal credential, the only universal language, is that of the college degree.
And let's be sincere here and cynical at the same time. It's also a way to sort of give an indication of your status and your caste in life. I went to Yale, you went to Brown, this person went to Harvard, this person went to Fordham, somebody else went to CUNY. It is a way to signal status, correct?
The credential is the actual associates or bachelors of science in economics, and yet we usually answer with where we went to university.
Yes. The logo.
Because the brand is as much of what conveys the information as the actual credential and the actual degree. And how we get past this is we need that the job to be done. We shouldn't resent it. If I do at times need to know about your skills, I need to know whether or not you're educated and in what, and what your capabilities are and what your knowledge is. Like, we have that need. If I'm going to hire you, I have that need. If I'm going to staff you on a project, if we're going to team up, I have that need. We shouldn't resent the need, but we just need a better way of being able to communicate and answer for it if we're going to get past this.